Good rising, kings and queens. Trap Witch here in Atlanta, Georgia, coming to bring you a full moon in Pisces reading during Virgo season. For those of you who don't know me, I am the Trap Witch. You can follow me on Instagram, TheTrapWitch. I am an intercessory and intuitive healer. Intercessory, why do I choose that word? Because I stand in the gap as people build their own bridge to their own power for healing. I do one-on-one intuitive readings, counseling, mentorship. I am someone who allows people to identify what I call the Okshobos in their life. I practice the religion of Santeria. Okshobos are our misfortunes, and Ides are our blessings. So we learn how to turn our misfortunes into blessings. A lot of people come to me heavy, burdened. They don't know how to work through their problems, and so we identify the blocks, and therefore we can move forward. Once we've identified them, coming up with a solution and coming up with a blueprint in order to facilitate a game plan. I am very much a dreamy, very romantic, poetic type personality, but I do believe in getting, to the action. That's my Venus in Pisces and my Mars in Sagittarius, honey. Fire and water equals boiling water, and when boiling water we get steam. The same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the egg. So we gonna get it done. If you're interested in booking a session with me one-on-one, www.thetrapwitch.com. All information, rates are on there. If you have any more additional questions, feel free to send me an email. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the reading. I'm not going to lollygag around too much. Leo season was fucking interesting, and so was the Mercury retrograde that we had. I don't know about you, but I think this has been one of the best Mercury retrogrades that I've had to date. So many epiphanies, so many downloads, so many things that were being cleared out in order to come into this new self-realization as we move now into Virgo season. I love Virgo season, I do, because it is harvest time. We are preparing to go into the fall, and two of my favorite Virgos, Marie Laveau and Beyonce. I think the two of them are magical, and they were women who are women or who are pioneers in their field, and they are no strangers to magic and also professionalism. Some of my favorite witches in the game too are Virgos as well. Some peers of mine are Virgos, and Virgos are known to be very organized. At times they can be a tad bit perfectionists, a blessing and a curse, I would say. But as we're going into this Virgo season and this Pisces full moon, a lot of the things I've read about the Pisces full moon is that, a lot to do around relationships, a lot to do around your career and your job, a lot of clearing up. A lot of the things, right? I want to say Leo season in this past Mercury retrograde, right? You should have already been clearing shit out. So right now, I feel like everything needs to be boxed up for you. Everything that you were trying to get rid of needs to be boxed the fuck up and ready to move on out so the blessings can move on in. A lot of times people don't realize that spirit is waiting with blessings outside your door. And because you are reluctant, because you're hoarding shit, right? You're hoarding a lot of shit that you need not hold on to anymore. And spirit's like, nah, son, you gonna have to make a sacrifice. We gonna have to negotiate with this. You're gonna have to move the stuff out in there that no longer serves you anymore, so therefore we can move all of this good shit in. Think about it, right? As we talk about harvest season, right, we want to make sure that we're like pruning the crops now down to what the best of what they're going to be, that we can eat from them. So anything that's on the lingering, on these last few days as we approach the moon, go ahead, clear the shit out. Whatever it is that you no longer feel serves you, just make sure, because we're moving into really good territory. I can feel it. I'm going to be traveling in the month of September. I'm really excited about it. Career moves for me, growth moves for me, the relationship with myself first and foremost, growing, everything. So you want to think about, especially to what I've read, boundaries. Boundaries are so necessary. boundaries in your personal life, boundaries in the relationships that you're either in and you're making adjustments. Oh shit. Hold on. You're making adjustments, and even your pause. There we go. And your friendships, relationships, business, everything. What I've encountered in the past week is a heavy need for boundaries, right? If you don't have boundaries and structure, a lot of your blessings will go to shit. So this is what I'm going to tell you. If you have been working hard to come into your bounty and to come into your blessings, put up your fucking boundaries, because you did not work this hard to get sabotaged. If anything is disturbing your peace right now, from your workflow, from your relationship flow, from any of these things, go ahead and nip that shit in the butt. Because as your harvest comes in, you don't want anything plaguing it, okay? Because right now I'm feeling like a lot of y'all about to be heavily blessed, right? You about to have all this damn fruit and fruition coming in, and you do not want little things to plague those blessings and to destroy that for you before you even get to have a bite of it, okay? So with that being said, because I'm going off the dome right now, let's go ahead and pull some cards and let's see what Spirit has to say about how we should use this energy and what we should be keeping in mind in order to make the best of this moon energy, purging out any last minute things and bringing in all the good shit, right? All right. So I'm going to be reading from the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot deck by Sally Ann Glassman. I'm going to pull 5 cards from there, and then I'm going to complement it with the Doreen Virtue Goddess deck. I've been really liking these cards. We're going to complement it with one of those. So if you want to grab a notebook, if you want to write anything down, just some key points, so that later on in the week, next week, while we're still fresh in that energy, you can kind of make notes and you can have a reference of what you need to know for yourself. And if anything occurs, you can synchronize it and you'd be like, yeah, connect the dot. Oh, right, connect 4. We got everything there. Now we can go ahead and we can make some executive decisions, because let's say this, Virgos are definitely no strangers to executive decisions. They will do what is best for their career. Look at Beyonce, honey. A lot of y'all might be leaving your little circle of Destiny's Child right now. You might be leaving Destiny's Child and you might be going Beyonce. I say it all the time. Beyonce did not go Beyonce till she went Beyonce. So, with that being said, if a lot of y'all are ready to go Beyonce, you're going to have to tighten your circle. You're going to have to get up on your routine. You're going to have to make sure everything is in line so that you can reap the blessings and continue to make sure that the structure of your work is in place so you can get more of that coming in continuously and residually, okay? All right. So get a notebook. Get your thoughts together. I'm going to have a sip of this. I've already broke the champagne out early for Virgo season. It might be cheap champagne, but we're celebrating, baby. All right? So go ahead and take yourself a few deep breaths. Let's do 3. And remember to breathe through your stomach, because anxiety is all up in your chest. Inhale the good shit, exhale the bullshit. Why does my cigar always go out when I need it the most, okay? Always. And a lot of people ask me why I smoke cigars while I'm reading. Spirit, tobacco is one of the best offerings that you can give your ancestors, the spirits. When we are in seances, when we are in misas, when we are in gatherings, that we are calling in the spirit, to open us up as a channel, definitely cigar smoke, tobacco is something that we use to commune when we are communing with our spirits. So for those who always ask, that's why I'm always smoking a cigar, okay? I'm not just like a habitual cigar smoker. I just smoke when I'm channeling and I'm reading, okay? All right. Spirit, we call you in on behalf of the collective, and we ask for the highest good of all those involved with harm to none. We ask for clarity. We ask for clear perception. I ask Elegua to open the roads to precise messages at this time. We ask what is it subconsciously, below the surface, beyond the veil, that could facilitate in the collective's highest good. Allow them to transcend spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical blockages that might be hindering the next part of their transcendence in order to bring in blessings and to bring in fruit and in order to operate in their highest self and in their divine mission. I call in the ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, archangels of benevolence only that wish to communicate through this reading in order to give a clear message that we may be needing at this time for the full moon in Pisces during Virgo season. This 2018. Okay, end of August 2018. How would you suggest that we facilitate using this energy with good intention, attention to the right things, maximum execution of our highest potential energy, and to be of servitude firstly to ourselves and then others around us? Okay, Ache Mudapue. Right there feels good. Let's cut it one more time. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Aha! Here we go. First card. Spirit don't want me to smoke this. You see how I'm just like on myself tonight, and I'm not even gonna edit none of this shit out. I'm just like so looking in the cards. I'm like, oh, wrong end, bitch. Damn fool. All right, first card, Madame Laluni. Madame Laluni, if you can see that. Nine of Cups. Right? Nine of Cups is a great card, but I read intuitively. So we're going to look at this from the image point of this art. Shows a woman who is sitting beside the water side. Okay? She's sitting in the water and she is taking her finger and she's going ever like so. And as she's ever going like so, she's just there reflecting. How many of y'all really allow yourself to be emotional about how you see yourself, right? A lot of times we get super emotional about how we are perceived, okay? And right now I get that you're really not supposed to be so emotional about your reflection, okay? And when I say the reflection, I get the superficial reflection. How you see yourself based on the outer shell. Because a lot of us get emotional about how people see us on the superficial level. Okay? We really do. Even if that's, when I say superficial, I don't mean just our skin and our bodysuit. I see it as how we're perceived just by the cover. Okay? A lot of people judge a book by its cover, especially when it comes to how you empower yourself. Because right next to it is the Santero card, okay? Santero is a high priest of Santeria, okay? An Afro-Cuban practice. And he's shown there working with herbs to do some healing. Santero being male for me is more, divine masculine of what we do. So how you see yourself in what you do, don't allow people to disempower you of how you're empowering yourself, because you have to remember empowerment is first and foremost for you. So if you're not empowered and you're emotional about how people are empowering you, you're actually allowing people to take your power from you by allowing yourself to be unstable and to be warped in that. When a Santero goes through an initiation, that initiation regardless if that person is a healer for everybody else, that ceremony that they received was first and foremost for them. So before it matters to anybody else, it has to matter to them, meaning that what they went through was for them and only them first and foremost before it's for anybody else. And so that's what I feel to tell you, that if you know what you've gone through, I don't know why I'm getting emotional. If you know what you have gone through to empower yourself, maybe that's hitting me hard because I know what I've gone through. Maybe I'm feeling it for some of y'all already. If you know what you've gone through to empower yourself up until this point that's for you, and you know it's for the best of others, don't let anybody take that away from you and make you emotional about it. Because you're no good to anybody if you are no good to yourself. And for you to be somebody who provides energy to others, whether it's in your relationships, whether it's in your business, whether it's in your friendships, whatever it is that you will give to the world through your energy and empowerment, it has to be good for you. Dead batteries are no use. They don't power anything. How frustrated were you, or are you now, when there's things that the battery's just dying, or the battery's no good? And if the battery has no charge, it can't facilitate power to anything else. And so many of us, we allow ourselves to almost become dead batteries, right? You know those like new ass rechargeable batteries that they have now? It's like, if you know what you need to recharge yourself and you know what you need to empower yourself, then you got to keep doing that. Because what I get at times, and it's coming up for me in this reading, is that people get going with how they're being empowered and they're feeling good, but then because they haven't planned accordingly, things go left. Because the Magician card, the Dr. John card, comes up reverse. Okay? He's got one hand up, one hand down, as above, so below. Meaning, one hand up to the sky, one hand down to the earth. A lot of us on the physical plane allow ourselves to be fucked spiritually because we haven't decided what our spirit needs from the get, right? Or we don't stick to what our spirit needs, and we allow people to judge us and allow people to impede on our plans, and then we change our plans. So based on the physical reaction we get on the superficial level of, oh, why is that person doing that to empower themselves? Or why is that person doing that to empower others? Why is this person da-da-da-da? Then we change our plans. And then when we change our plans, we don't get to use our talents as much as we would want because we're letting other people dictate how we use them. That Magician card, I always say, right? In a magic show, who's the shit really magic to? The magician or the crowd? It's to the crowd. A stage show magician, but we're not those type of magicians. Okay? We're alchemists. And alchemists have to take what they have and transmute it into something that's power to them. When that Santero is here, he's doing something that he has to take these herbs and these ingredients and he has to make something that is a remedy. What I'm getting is a lot of you will allow other people to ridicule what is actually your remedy and your ritual, and then you will become fucking wrecked because of it. You have so much power to come into, but the moment you start feeling it and you start flexing it, you allow people to fucking rain on your parade. And then you're questioning yourself, and then you're emotional about it. Because Legba la flambeau, Papa Legba, the opener of the crossroads, the man that opens the doors for us, okay? He's shown here as this newly initiated elder that's flexing his powers. They say he can have two heads, that of the pure fool or the enlightened fool. The pure fool can have very short-lived power, and then the other one can have long-lived power. You might not be barely making it past your initiation now into your power. Because if you're not planning accordingly to stick to what it is that you know and have discernment about what you need to serve you in the long run, you're going to be that very short-lived firework. You're going to allow people to fuck your shit up. And you don't want to do that. You know? Why would you want to do that? You know? When I started doing these videos, first on my page and stuff, I used to read cards on my porch every morning. Every fucking morning. Took an hour out of my day to read the cards on the porch, and now because I need more energy to give to my one-on-one sessions, to other things that I'm doing, to my regular life, to all of these things, I've had to figure out what's empowering to me to keep my energy recharged. And a lot of people don't understand that. Okay? They still get the same messages. They still get the same translations, whether it be with seeing the cards or not, but people will complain. And they'll allow, you know, if I would have allowed it, I would allow them to taint my perception of what's empowering to me. And at the end of the day, I'm like, motherfuckers, you still getting empowerment. Doesn't matter how I choose. Matter how I choose the remedy. You're still getting it. You're still getting the medicine. Aha, right? But some people in life are picky about their medicine. Let's be real. You remember when you was young? You was like, no, I don't want the liquid medicine. I want the tasty one. But let's be real. The most potent medicine as a child was that nasty liquid shit that was just straight to the dome. And a lot of us will water down our potent medicine and our talents and our power because other people don't like the taste of it. Or they don't like how they see it on the superficial level, and then we'll be like, so what, I'm not good, my power's not good, my medicine's not good? Just because from what you see or whatever, you don't, and that's going to cause you confusion. Elegua is much like Papa Legba. Elegua is more Santeria, Legba is voodoo. Elegua is your consciousness, the master of the roads. And so this is a question of confusion that you're going to have to ask yourself. Do I stick to what it is that I want as empowerment? That's the remedy for me? That's a medicine first and foremost for me and then for others? Do I allow people's perception of it to make me emotional and taint me so that I go off track and I'm just entertaining them and not upholding what's going to make me last long term? I'm telling you, the first, up till last week, I've taken a break. I've taken a break from events. I've taken a break from doing a lot of things that I could be out there doing. But it's not the potency and the remedy that I choose. It's not how I want to administer my medicine. It's not how I want to administer my talents. It's not how I want to administer my magic. So I take my time and I take a step back. I don't let other people make me emotional about it. Like, oh, why haven't you wrote that book yet? What? Shut the fuck up and let me do what I need to do. I love y'all, but let me live. That's what you can't let people allow you to do right now. Drive you nuts about it. It doesn't matter. Your friendships, your relationships, all of them. Right now you are arranging, because the Virgos, right? Virgos are very good at arranging and cleaning, organizing, and perfecting. So organize and arrange and perfect things for you. And because it's a Pisces full moon, Pisces is the dreamer, it's romantic, it's poetic, it's beautiful, it's sensitive energy. Honor what the beauty is to you. Honor what the flow is to you, right? Honor the flow that's going to work for you. You can't let anybody dictate to you your remedies right now. Your remedies that keep you charged, that keep you able to flex on motherfuckers and just be like, this is all, you know? I think it's a pretty straightforward message. Good. It's not going to be a terribly long video. Let's pull one of these cards from the Goddess deck. Mott. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. Perfect card, Mott. Mott's right. At the end of your life, you will have to hold testimony to what the fuck you did, the decisions you made. And understand this. Stop allowing yourself to listen to motherfuckers that don't have to live with the decisions that you make. Do you hear me? Don't let people who don't have to live your fucking decisions dictate what you do or how you make them. Intuitively, sometimes y'all know when shit ain't good for you or right for you, and it's not your remedy, and it's gonna throw you off balance. And you're like, damn, this ain't fair to me. Like, why do I have to? You don't have to do shit any type of way, but your way. A lot of times your intuition be telling you, but you don't listen. You don't listen to it. Because you want the satisfaction. Your ego will let you listen to people, and then you'll do what people tell you. And then when you're not satisfied, you want to cry to people. And they were the motherfuckers who help you make the bad decision. A lot of times, I'm going to say this to my healers too. I think sometimes it's good to ask people what they want from you. But to be honest with you, you need to create from a place of what you want and what's beautiful to you, and allow those people that are supposed to nurture that and to be enamored by that magic to flock to you. So many times I see people just wasting time asking 20 questions about what people would want instead of just doing what you want. How are you going to live the most authentic, unapologetic life ever if you don't do what was passionate in your heart and was the will that what you wanted to do, that made you feel like you were operating in divine purpose, like you were magic, like you were just so unstoppable and undeniable in your strengths? Okay? I kind of want to add some extra spice to this. It's a secret of mine that I've been using in some of my readings. And some people might like it, and some people might not, and I frankly don't give a fuck. Yeah. So my mother, she has all these little great devotional books, right? That's so funny, y'all. I got cut off, so I'm gonna have to piece that video together. As I said, it's called The Confident Woman by Joyce Meyer. It's a devotional. So a lot of you don't know that you don't always have to use cards. Sometimes if cards overwhelm you at first, if you don't want to read cards, something as easy as a devotional like this and just turning to a random page with a message can be a great oracle. An oracle could be anything, any kind of vehicle in which you use to receive a message. So let's ask what the closing connecting message is here. Let's take action. Margaret Thatcher became Britain's first woman prime minister in 1979 and continued until 1990 when she voluntarily stepped down. She was the first prime minister to be elected 3 times to office in the 20th century. Thatcher came up to the political ladder with little encouragement. She was the daughter of a grocery owner and Methodist lay preacher and won distinction at Oxford, earning degrees in chemistry and law. When she became active in Tory politics, she served as Secretary of State for Education and Science. She expressed her philosophy of leadership this way: there can be no liberty unless there is economic liberty. Extinguish free enterprise and you extinguish liberty. She also said, in politics, if you want anything said, ask a man. If you want anything done, ask a woman. A confident woman will also be an activist. She will take action when it is needed. Don't be the kind of woman who thinks something to death. There is a time to think and a time to act, so make sure you know the difference. Okay? So it says, make me a woman of action, one who's fearless and quick to stand up for what's right. May I value and be unafraid to fight for causes in my heart. Mott. Balance. Not letting people fuck with your perception of self and what you want to do. A lot of you want to take action on things, how you want to do it, and you need to, right? even the part where it talks about, and it's 11:11 as I'm saying this, even when it talks about the part, if you want something done, let a woman do it, right? Because a lot of times, what, men are very logical people, and they're think, and women are like, oh, a creation, let's create. Um, Anything you want to create right now, take action, do it. Fuck naysayers, fuck people with opinions, fuck people who don't have to live with the consequences of the actions. Okay? This is your life, and it's what you want to do. Okay? So don't be someone who thinks something to death. Again, like I said, how does that connect? Don't ask people 30 times, what do you want me to do? What would you like me to do? Can I get your opinion? No. Because you're going to let people cloud your perception of yourself and what you're doing with their fucking opinions. You're going to do it, and you're going to drive yourself crazy, and it makes no sense. Do what you want. Because you do what you want when you poppin'. Okay? I actually don't really feel compelled to close with a meditation. I would encourage you to do your own meditation of asking Spirit to really allow you not to be clouded by the opinions and judgments of others as you're going forward and you're taking action, okay? Like I said, two of my favorite Virgos is Beyonce and Marie Laveau. And they were, I keep saying they were because Marie has passed, but Beyonce is still very much living. And especially in times now where Beyonce is breaking boundaries with her platform and doing things that are unconventional, especially if someone who's gained popularity like her, and she's now coming out of the box and doing things the way she wants to, especially for people of color, that's admirable. Because now she's reached the point where it's not about the money anymore. It's probably about her message and how she wants to create and how she now wants to empower, and the medicine that she's using now forward to administer to people. Marie Laveau was a beautiful woman of voodoo in New Orleans. She was the voodoo queen, the best to ever do it, they say. And what was beautiful was that she took a lot of things and she put them together and she made them her own. She made her own remedy. She made her own healing. She was a pioneer. And many of you will never become pioneers of your life because you are plagued by the politics of others. You will water down your potency of your medicine and your magic because you are letting other people cast too much of a vote. Okay? Gotta tell yourself this. I elect me. My vote is the only vote that matters, and my opinions of how I fucking rule my life and how I rule in my divine mission, that's my fucking business. Whoever like it. Whoever don't, whatever. Don't vote for me. You know? Simple as that. So, understand this. Virgo season is about going Beyonce, going Marie Laveau, going in the direction of the I get the vision in my head right now, like the birth of Venus. The birth of Venus is such an epic photo and piece of art. And so right now you have to ask yourself, the birth of Venus, what are you birthing as far as creation? Because your Venus sign is a lot to do with your creative energy and your feminine energy. And right now the feminine energy in this world is popping. If y'all can't feel this feminine energy just coming up, I don't know what to tell you. I feel that shit hardcore. My Venus is in Pisces. I love that it's in Pisces. So, my North Node is in Pisces as well. If you want to know about your feminine and masculine energy, I would suggest looking up your Venus sign and your Mars sign. It will tell you a lot about your masculine and feminine energy and how they work together. Whew. If y'all knew how much energy it took for me to do this video, because I have been procrastinating on it because I have no energy right now, but I hope it does something for y'all. I hope you can get something from it. Like I said, if you would like to get a one-on-one reading with me, www.thetrapwitch.com. If you have a question beforehand, or a concern that's not listed on my website, I need you to read, then email me at thetrapwitch@gmail.com. So I appreciate you all who tune in, who support me, who show me love, all of that good stuff. And I will be seeing y'all soon. Love and light. Peace and all that good shit.